Hello everyone, I am Lucas, and today we are going to be looking at a guitar that has a lot in common with me. It has a French last name. We are going to be looking at the Vigier Excalibur Shawn Lane signature guitar. So as you've probably already guessed, Vigier is made in France, and boy do they make some excellent guitars. This guitar was made for the world-renowned, one of the best guitarists to ever really walk the earth, Mr. Shawn Lane. Sadly, he passed away in 2003, but he actually played a guitar very similar to, well, exactly like this, with the same exact specs right up until he died in 2003. Shawn had a lot of health problems later in his life, and his health problems caught up with him and he eventually died, which it's very sad because he was an excellent guitarist. Like, if you talk to pretty much any guitarist ever who's heard of Shawn and seen him, they'll rank him up there right at the top. He did so much great things. He played so much different types of music, and he was really great at all of them. And this was a guitar that he played, and it's really fantastic. I'm going to go over the pickups, I'm going to go over the specs, I'm going to go over how it sounds, I'm going to go over a whole lot of stuff. But before we do that, if this is your first time here, or if you've been here before, make sure that you are subscribed, because I don't want you to miss any of the other cool videos that I got going on. So let's dive right in to the guitar. So right off the bat, the scale on this thing is 24.8 inches, which that's not really a very common scale length, but it's what Shawn preferred, because before he started playing Vigier, he played some Charvels and some Jacksons that specifically had that short scale like that, and that's the scale he liked, so he put that on here. As my friend Kyle pointed out to me, the neck goes from as thin as a Ibanez Wizard 2 neck, right here, the first fret, and then when you get to the 12th fret, it's as thick as a 1960 Les Paul. So the neck profile itself is not something that you see all that often, but I didn't even really notice that about the neck profile until my friend pointed it out to me, because it's so comfortable. Now, it does have a flat radius on it, and the action on this thing is super low. It's so easy to play on this thing, and that's the one thing that I'm going to constantly come back to when we're going over this guitar, is comfort. This guitar is so comfortable. You can literally sit here for hours and play, and your wrist's not going to hurt. I mean, your fingers are going to get tired, but you won't have any pain. It's just very effortless and very fluid to play. So I know I talked a lot. Let me play a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play some cleans for you. I'm going to run through the different pickup positions, and then I'll talk more about the guitar. All right, so let's get to some cleans. For the cleans, I think my favorite position is going to have to be the neck and the split coils right down the middle. I'm going to put the different pickup positions right up on the screen so you can actually check them out, and I'll keep them up there every time we go through the different pickup positions. So you have a humbucker, single humbucker, and in the neck you have they're all DiMarzio pickups. So in the neck you have an Air Classic, in the middle you have an FS1, and in the original Shawn Lane guitar, like if you buy it straight from Vigier, you're gonna get a Air Classic in the bridge, but I got this one from my friend, and he had the guy he got it from, he had him install a DiMarzio Illuminator in the bridge, which is John Petrucci's signature pickup, and man, oh man, the Illuminator goes so well with this guitar. It can come off a little bright at times, but once you tame it, it's so great. The low end is nice and tight. It's a little hotter, so it lets you play, you know, a little bit more metal type stuff if you want to do with that, which just broadens the versatility of this guitar through the roof. It's really great. And kind of a little side note, the Illuminator is a fantastic pickup. This is the first time I've really had time to like sit and play with one. I never really had one in a guitar before. I know it's a couple years old, but boy, it's fantastic. It's a lot better than the Crunch Lab that John had for forever. It's way better than that. John's come out with a few other pickups since the Illuminator, and I hear those are just as fantastic. So if you get a chance and you want some cool pickups, check those out. Now back to talking about the Vigier. So this Vigier also has a 0 fret right up here at the top. Now this is a 2007 Shawn Lane signature, and the 0 fret was actually nickel, and it was actually been replaced with a stainless steel 0 fret, which if you get 0 frets, you have to have stainless. You can't get anything less than that, because since the 0 nut is constantly making contact with the strings, it's going to be one of the first frets that wears away, and I'm pretty sure that's why this one was replaced. The nut on here was widened a little bit to fit a little bit thicker strings. Right now I have a pair of 1046 Elixirs on here, and it goes absolutely fantastic. But if you want to put something a little bit thicker, you know, you want to down tune a little bit, I kept this thing in E standard. I didn't touch it or drop it anywhere from there. You could do that. The frets that we have on here, they are some medium frets, and this particular model is nickel frets. And if you've ever watched me review anything, you know for sure that I have to have stainless frets. But the nickel frets on here, the fretwork is absolutely fantastic. They glide very easy. There are no sharp ends on the fretwork on here. Is absolutely great. The newer Shawn Lanes from 2011 on, those all have stainless frets on them if you definitely want to get one with stainless frets. But like I said, older models of the nickel frets are absolutely great. Vigier actually came out with this model in 2005, 2 years after Shawn died, and Shawn's family was nice enough to let Vigier keep producing it with Shawn's name on it. And I'm really glad that they did that, because the guitar is absolutely fantastic. The guitar also has locking tuners, which is an absolute must for me, because that makes stringing up things super easy. You just pull it through, string it up, good to go. The bridge is Vigier's own. It's their 2011 bridge system, and it is a tremolo bridge, but it doesn't use knife edges like your Floyd Rose or your Ibanez bridge would use. It uses its own Vigier's own hinge system, so you don't have to worry about the knife edges running out. And the bridge is absolutely comfortable to play. It doesn't stab your hand. The tremolo on it is absolutely great. Knob wise, I probably should have covered this before, but you have a 5-way switch on there, and you have a volume and you have a tone. So the controls are pretty basic, what you find on a normal guitar. Same thing with the trim. There isn't anything out of the ordinary, but the way that Shawn put this guitar together, it fits him absolutely perfect, because like I alluded to before, he did have arthritis and he had a lot of health problems, but even though he had those health problems, he played faster than 99%, faster and cleaner than 99% of the guitars out there. And you can really tell that that's what he engineered this for, because with the flat radius on the guitar and the super low action on it, you glide whenever you're playing over the strings. So I'm going to play you some lead sounds from the Lane Vigier, let you hear what that sounds like, and I'm going to play them on the neck pickup, which by the way is an Air Classic really. I want to demonstrate the tremolo for you right there. The tremolo is absolutely great. It feels really comfortable, and the guitar holds tune really well whenever you come back from doing all of those, you know, type of deep dives and tremolo moves like that. So we've heard some cleans, we've heard some leads. Let's check out what the Lane Vigier sounds like whenever we put it through some distortion, primarily using our bridge pickup, which in this case is going to be the DiMarzio Illuminator. Just like Shawn played a lot of different music and excelled at all of them, this guitar does the same exact thing. It does really great whenever you're playing, like, say, dad rock, if you want to say that little riff I just played, you know, playing some lower gain stuff like some dad rock. But it also does really well if you're playing, like, you know, some high gain metal, especially since you have the Illuminator and the bridge in here. It's really great. So as you can see, this guitar is super versatile. It can play pretty much anything that you throw at it. It does metal, it does dad rock, it does cleans, it does fusion, it does leads. It's super easy to play leads on this thing. You can glide over it. And like I alluded to at the beginning of this review, comfort, that's the #1 thing that this guitar strikes me. The Lane Vigier is ultra comfortable. You have a nice little heel shape right here. You have a really deep belly cut on the back right there. It's super comfortable when it's up against you. It's the most comfortable for me when I play it kind of low like this, and I have the neck kind of high up right here, and have the body of the guitar kind of sitting low like this. This is the most comfortable what it is for me. And like I said, it doesn't hurt my wrist or my hand. That is how I judge a lot of guitars on comfort level wise, is if it stabs me in the forearm and if it hurts my hand. Because I've had trouble with guitars before where the necks are too thin and they'll like hurt my hand or they'll hurt my wrist if I sit and play it for a while. This is not the case with this. It's absolutely fantastic. And another thing I forgot to go over when we were talking about the neck is Vigier has their own patented 90-10 system. So what that means is that the neck is 90% wood, it's maple, and like I said before, this wood is dried out for like a really long time before they actually put it on here, so it's super dry when they put it on, and it's nice and stable, and it has carbon fiber that runs all through it. So you can see the carbon fiber right here on the back of the neck. And what that does for the neck is this thing does not have a truss rod anywhere in it because it doesn't need it, because the neck does not move. Vigier actually made a video where they put the necks of their guitars in a actual freezer. They put it in a sauna, and then they checked the action and they took it out. And the results are going to surprise you because it didn't move at all. Being subjected to those extreme conditions, the carbon fiber held up and the neck didn't shift at all. I'm going to put that video up top so you can check that out. These necks are really fantastic, and everything about this guitar is fantastic. Like I really don't have a negative thing to say about it. Maybe the only little negative thing I could say, it's not even really a negative, is that I wouldn't go past like drop D flat on this guitar. I didn't push this one past standard. I mean, you could drop it to E flat if you want. I think this guitar is at its best when it's in standard or E flat, just because of how it's set up. If you get away from that, you may kind of start, you know, you might have to move things a little bit, like the bridge, and you know, you might get some buzzing. But I would keep this guitar in E standard or E flat. So we've heard that the Lane Vigier can handle distortion really well on the bridge pickup. I'm gonna cycle through the different pickups and let you hear what it sounds like when we have a little bit of distortion on. I'm gonna start with the bridge again just for consistency. The neck pickup actually really sounds really good with some distortion on it at the lows, or really tight on it. And the neck pickup isn't super hot per se, not like the Illuminator at all, but it's really good for leads, and you can kind of get some really good, you know, dad kind of crunch tones on that neck pickup, and it sounds absolutely great. Another really neat thing about the Lane Vigier is pinch harmonics in this thing are insane. Seems that the sweet spot is right around the outer edges of the middle pickup. This guitar is fantastic. I have nothing but great things to say about it. If you were on the fence about Vigier, I would definitely recommend you check them out. They have a ton of different models. They have a normal Excalibur, they have the Bumblefoot signature, they have the Shawn Lane signature, and this comes in a couple of different colors. They have the natural like this, they have a black one, they have a couple different colors. They might even let you custom order in a different color if you custom order it from them. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap things up for the Shawn Lane Vigier. I would highly suggest that you check these out if you've been on the fence about them, or if you really want a super comfortable guitar that basically plays itself, you definitely need to check this out. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have a Vigier guitar, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you like about it. Definitely share it with everybody else. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna have to be out. Peace.